Hey friends, May is National Foster Care Month. And so we decided, let's have a whole series that revolves around foster care. We believe that talking about foster care matters because these children matter, and these parents matter, and these siblings matter, and these birth parents matter. And they matter because they matter to God, and they're made in His image, and they're beautiful, beautiful beings who deserve our attention and deserve our time and our care. And so we know that not everyone is going to be able to jump into foster care, but we do believe that everyone should care about the foster care system here in America and the whole triad of people involved, from the children to the birth parents to the adoptive parents to the foster parents. Everyone matters. And so for the next 2 weeks, the beginning of the month of May, we have 4 episodes that we think are going to be super encouraging to you as you think about foster care. The first person that we have joining us is Jamie Furrh, and Jamie Furrh runs an organization called Foster the Family. She has a book that came out this year by the same title, and we talk about some of our misconceptions that we might have around foster care.
Foster care, we talk about it like it's about kids. Foster care is about taking care of kids. It's not. Foster care is about playing a part in a family being healed, which is beautiful from a worldly, justice-minded, it's beautiful in and of itself. But then when we look at the gospel implications, that is literally what Jesus came to do, to come into brokenness and bring healing, restoration, to make new what was old. And we get to do this gospel work of applying that to families. Okay, this family needs healing. I'm not the one to heal them. This family needs restoration. I'm not going to restore, but I can walk with them. I can pray for them, and I can trust that Jesus is the one that came to do this.
Next up is Tori Hope Peterson, and Tori has a book coming out in the fall called Fostered, and I love this book so much. I devoured it. I just read. It is so very good. And the reason she gets to speak so deeply to this is because Tori grew up in the foster care system. She actually calls herself a survivor of the foster care system.
I want people to see that their identities can be rewritten no matter what they've done or no matter what's been done to them. I want people to see that they are beloved children of God, even if they've moved to a million homes and they've been told, you're not adoptable, you're not wanted. I want them to see that even though that's what people have told them on earth, that there's a God who has, the voice that trumps all other voices that says, I've adopted you. You are my child. And just because someone doesn't let you in their home, it doesn't really matter because I've let you into a kingdom.
Next up, we have PaToya Hall. And PaToya is an adoptive mom, and she adopted her little girl through the foster care system. So we wanted to talk to someone who had the perspective of an adoptive mom who went through the foster care system and went through the classes and then ended up creating her family through the foster care system.
One of my good friends says, live with the light under your feet, because she knows that I have this tendency to want to do the whole thing. I want to see everything. I want to see the full picture before I take the next step. And she says, Jesus will give you just the light unto your feet to take the next step. And so the foster care journey, that really was what it was for me. I mean, every single course that I took was, I am not capable, but I really believe I'm called.
Wow.
So I'm going to keep saying yes. It's interesting to explain to people. I didn't foster because I was tired of being single and wanted a family. I didn't foster because it was just, I'm getting older and now it's time to start my life. It really was a surrender.
Our final episode in this 4-part series about foster care for the month of May, because it's National Foster Care Month, is with Whitney Furrh. And Whitney is a birth mom. Whitney placed her son for adoption almost a decade ago. And we talk with her about what it has felt like for her to journey through this last decade after that decision that she made to place her son for adoption. One of my favorite things that we talk about, you're going to hear us in this series, is talk about the way that people have often spoke about her versus how she felt about herself then and even now. It is a conversation that is eye-opening for us who are not birth parents, and it will make you think of those parents who have placed their children for adoption in a whole nother way.
I mean, right away, my parents were kind of like, hey, we found an adoption center that you can go to. And so right away, adoption was kind of the idea. And around the time that I was kind of debating on whether or not that's really the way that I wanted to go, my mom got diagnosed with cancer. And so, yeah, so that kind of like, solidified things for me. My dad couldn't even make scrambled eggs. Like he was like, there's no way we can raise this baby alone. And thank goodness my mom is like, I guess 9 years in remission now. And so she's healthy. Adoption was the course of action that we took. So I placed him actually on Mother's Day, which was the world's cruelest joke. And I think the last 9 years have been a lot of me healing and kind of figuring out how does my story, how can I impact other people in a way that glorifies God and also honors these women and children and men who, have gone through adoption.
Because May is National Foster Care Month, for the first 2 weeks of May, we have 4 episodes that you're going to listen to and enjoy, from Jamie to Tori to PaToya to Whitney. I hope you do not skip any of these episodes. Share them with your friends. If you miss any, they'll be there forever. It's episodes 491, 492, 493, and 494. You guys, thanks for listening to the Happy Hour with Jamie Ivey.